Hi, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. So, I want to talk about Made to Heal Monday, whatever day it is for you. You can heal any day and every day of the week. But I wanted to talk about breathing and how it can help us in the healing department. So, I'm a foot zone practitioner, and 9 out of 10 of my clients are tender in the spot where it's their celiac plexus, and it's also, I call it the stress button. Oh, you are just super stressed and overwhelmed. Depending on which side of the foot, it could be their own stresses, or if it's another foot, the other foot, it could be outside themselves, stresses outside themselves, maybe others outside themselves, putting a little stress on them. And so it's just interesting how that works out. But 9 out of 10, that's high. That's high. That means a lot of us are not breathing correctly. So we are not getting the oxygen that we need into our brains and into the rest of our body and into our lungs fully. I would dare say over 90% of the population does not breathe correctly. So a lot of us are mouth breathers. A lot of us, when we're in panic, we'll start shallow breathing and just and we're not taking in enough. So the best thing we can do is we eat 3 times a day. So you can integrate this into your eating pattern, whether it's before you eat or after you've eaten a meal. Do some mindful breathing to help calm down that celiac plexus. So what I like to do is the 4-4-4. Take in, it's easy to remember. There's all sorts of other breathing techniques. If you know of some and you like it better, great, use that. The important part is just practicing breathing. So take in 4 breaths, hold, or as you're taking it in, count to 4, hold for 4 counts, and then push out through your mouth for 4 counts. And you do it for several minutes, 2 to 3 minutes minimum, and then do it longer if you're feeling great, right? Most of us aren't getting enough oxygen to our bodies and our brains. And what this does is just calm the central nervous system down. It helps you to be calm and relaxed. So I'm going to share a couple stories where one is before the mindful breathing, because mindful breathing, before I knew about it, I would just get stressed, not knowing what to do with my emotions or the things that would happen. And it would just really upset me and affect me the rest of the day. And so my adrenals were shot. And it's important that we can learn how to calm down. And I'm going to share a story of after knowing mindfulness or mindful breathing and how it really has had an impact on bringing calm, clarity, and whatever else is needed. So the first time was several years ago, probably about, let's see, I'm trying to think how old this child of mine is. It was a good 8 years ago. It was 8 years ago, and he was riding his bike and just having fun with his cousins. I was cleaning my sister's window because we were going on a family reunion, and so I said, hey, you pack, let me do some cleaning for you while you do that. So I'm cleaning her window, and I just get the thought from the spirit that was like, go check on your kids. And I'm like, okay, yeah, as soon as I'm done finishing this window. And the answer was no now. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll go do it. So I opened the door, and just as I opened the door, there was a car speeding up the street. And at the same time, my son was going down my sister's steep driveway on his bike. And had I not come at that right time, I mean, the second I opened that door, I'm like, turn your bike to the right, go down the sidewalk, turn your bike. And had I not been there to tell him to turn his bike, he would have gotten T-boned and hit with that car head on, or just right on the side. And it would have left him in critical condition, or he would have died. The rest of the day, I was so unsettled because I almost watched an accident happen. Like I just, made it not happen, but it still shook me knowing that, oh my gosh, that could have happened, and my son we could have had a whole different day, and it just shook me. And so when we went to the family reunion, I was telling everybody, oh my gosh, I almost, thank goodness my son's okay, but I almost, he could have died because of this. And I was just not settled, right? I was just, my nerves were shot. Now, fast forward to several years after that, probably a good 5 years after that, my daughter or maybe it was 2 or 3 years after that, when I learned mindful breathing, about the importance of it. One of my daughters was moving out, and um, she needed help finding a place and a job and making sure everything was in order when she moved up with her schooling. And so we go on this trip, getting ready to move, scope things out, and we're in her little tin can car, not very safe. And we're going freeway speeds, right? We're on the freeway, and all of a sudden traffic comes to a dead stop, like real quick. And right in front of us, it wasn't a diesel truck, but it was a huge truck, like just huge. Um, and as she slammed on her brakes, I just yelled out really loud. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I just was like, "Ah!" And my daughter was like, after it all happened, she was able to stop in time. But after it happened, she just looked over at me calmly and was like, "Did you need to react that way? Like, you don't have to be so loud, and you're disturbing me as the driver." I mean, she just said it so calmly. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, like we could have died." If we would have hit that thing, we would have been gone. Like, oh my gosh. And so I was going crazy. And right then and there, I was like, "Oh yeah, you know what? I can totally calm down. I'm going to use my breathing techniques." So I just said, "Look, leave me alone. I'm just going to close my eyes, and I'm going to take in some deep breaths and just calm myself down." So I took in some deep breaths for several minutes. I just, you know, inhaled through my nostrils and counted to 4, held it for 4 counts, and then let it out. And when you're mindful breathing, if you just remember that you're taking in some goodness, you're taking in good oxygen, and you're taking in what it is you need, and then you're holding it. And then you're going to gather everything that your body doesn't need, all the stresses, all the worries, whatever, and you're just going to push that out, breathe that out, and go, gone. So in with the good, out with the bad, right? In with the good, out with the bad, and just really focus on that. When you can do that a few times a day, before or after you eat, that is helping calm down your central nervous system, and that will help your stress levels. If you know you're going into a situation, if you know there's a phone call you got to make and it's going to put you on edge, or maybe they're going to be on edge, whatever, do some mindful breathing before you pick up that phone and call. If you know you're going to be doing a test and it's going to give you anxiety, do some mindful breathing. If you're nervous about something, maybe it's public speaking, maybe it's doing something for the first time, getting outside of your comfort zone and something that you're not familiar with, do some mindful breathing. It will help you. It will help you just relax and be able to get some clarity. And it's just something that is important to do. So that's what you can do to reduce your stress levels. Mindful breathing will reduce your stress levels every time. I want you to know that God sees you, He hears you, and He loves you. And I love you too. And I hope you're having an amazing day. Please like and subscribe to my channel and share it with others. God bless, and until next time, bye.